Hello everyone. I welcome you all to topic Decodified session of Analyst IAS. In this particular session, we will discuss about the topic Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. We will have this particular discussion in the following series. First, why in news, followed by about Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism, followed by prelims practice question, followed by mains practice question. But before we start our discussion, I want you all to be informed about various courses of Analyst IAS, which include Polity class, which will start from 21st of November, CSAT class, which will start from 14th of November, and Current 365 class, which will start from 9th of January. And along with that, we will soon launch Public Administration optional course. So you can inquire about any of the following on the given number, and you can also visit our official address, that is in Old Rajinder Nagar Market. So now let's move on to our topic of discussion and see why it is in news. In COP27 of UNFCCC, European Union has proposed a policy called the Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. So this particular topic is very important from UPSC perspective. Now we will discuss about the same. A carbon border adjustment tax is a duty on imports based on the amount of carbon emissions that result from the production of products in question. It is imposed to discourage emissions. It aims to tax extremely carbon intensive product like cement and steel with effect from 2026. India, China, Brazil and South Africa is opposed to this particular proposal, stating that carbon border taxes could result in market distortion beside aggravating the already widened trust deficit amongst parties. With regard to India's view, it said that all countries are entitled to their fair share of the global carbon budget and must stay within this in their cumulative emission. With regard to the green protectionism, if defined unilaterally, carbon tax may become a protectionist device and inspire a few countries to unduly shield local industry from foreign competition. So this was about Carbon Border Adjustment Mechanism. Now we will discuss other initiative at COP27. First one is opening of Biodiversity Day at COP27 on connecting climate and biodiversity. Second is launch of ENACT initiative for nature-based solution along with Germany and IUCN. The Red Sea initiative for Red Sea corals was launched by the Egyptian government in partnership with the US through USAID, UNDP and Global Fund for Coral Reef. For the Adaptation Fund and the Climate Vulnerable Developing Countries, contributor announced nearly $172 million in new pledges. Africa Just and Affordable Energy Transition Initiative aims to provide all Africans with access to clean energy while meeting the energy requirement for Africa's economic development. So these are very important initiatives launched at COP27. Please keep a note of all these initiatives in your mind as it is very important from UPSC perspective. Now we will go back to basics and discuss about UNFCCC. Its full form is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. It is an international environment treaty. It was opened for signature in 1992 and came into force from 1994. Its secretariat is located in Bonn, Germany, and there are 165 signatories to this particular convention. Ratifiers are 196 countries plus European Union. The convention is legally non-binding but makes provision for meeting called protocols where negotiating countries can set legally binding limits. Now, with regard to what it does, it aims to stabilize greenhouse gas concentration in the atmosphere at a level that would prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference with the climate system. The framework set no binding limit on greenhouse gas emission for individual countries and contains no enforcement mechanism. Instead, the framework outlines how specific international treaties, called the protocols or agreement, may be negotiated to set binding limits on greenhouse gases, and Kyoto Protocol was negotiated under this framework. One of the first tasks set by the UNFCCC was for the signatory nation to establish national greenhouse inventories of greenhouse gas or GHG emission and removal, which was used to create 1990 benchmark level for accession of Annex 1 countries to the Kyoto Protocol and for the commitment of those countries to GHG reduction. Updated inventory must be regularly submitted by Annex 1 countries and Annex 1 and Annex 2 countries and the developing countries. Now we will discuss about these terms, like who are the parties to UNFCCC are classified. These are Annex 1 countries, which are industrialized countries and economies in transition. Annex 1 country which have ratified the protocol have committed to reduce their emission level of the GHG to target that are mainly set below their 1990s level. There are 43 Annex 1 countries and the European Union is also a member. The next is Annex 2 countries, which are developed countries which pay for the cost of developing countries. Annex 2 countries are a subgroup of the Annex 1 countries. They comprise the OECD members excluding those that were economies in transition in 1992, and there are total 24 Annex 2 countries and European Union. Turkey was removed from the Annex 2 list in 2001 at its request to recognize its economy as a transition economy. The next one is non-annex countries or developing countries. Developing countries are required to reduce emission level unless developed countries supply enough funding and technology. Setting no immediate restrictions under UNFCCC serve three purposes. First, it avoids restriction on their development because emissions are strongly linked to industrial capacity. Second, they can sell emission credit to nations whose operators have difficulty meeting their emission targets. And third is they get money and technologies for low carbon investment from Annex 2 country. Developing countries may volunteer to become Annex 1 country when they are sufficiently developed. India is non-annex party to UNFCCC. So this was about the basics with regard to UNFCCC. Now we will discuss our prelims practice question, which says the common carbon metric supported by UNEP has been developed for A. Assessing the carbon footprint of building operation around the world. B. Enabling commercial farming entities around the world to enter carbon emission trading. C. Enabling government to assess the overall carbon footprint caused by their countries. D. Assessing the overall carbon footprint caused by the use of fossil fuels by the world in a unit time. So you have to answer this particular question. Write your answer in comment box. I will answer this question in my next video. Now we will discuss yesterday's question, which said that convertibility of rupee implies. So the correct answer for this particular question is C. It means freely permitting the conversion of rupee to other currencies and vice versa. Now we will move on to our mains practice question, which says describe the major outcome of the 26th session of COP to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. What are the commitments made by India in this particular conference? So this was about the 26th session. The question asked for the 26th session. Please pay attention to this particular term. We discussed about the 27th COP. So you have to answer this particular question in 250 words. Write your answer and send it to us on our WhatsApp number to get it reviewed. So this is all for today. Stay tuned with Analyst IAS to get further update. Thank you.